Welcome back to the Cape Critiquers podcast, everybody. Today we are talking about Fantastic Four First Steps.
Yay!
Fantastic.
Yes, this movie was fantastic.
It was. Breath of fresh air, really.
Fantastic air.
Yeah.
Fantastic air.
Any general thoughts? Y'all like it?
I
General thoughts,
absolutely love this movie.
Everything that happened in it, for the most part, I have to say, I had no idea that was coming. I mean, the regular, what they were going to do, plot points and this and that, I suppose, that's standard stuff. But this was totally different than anything we have seen in
I was
not even just the recent past, just
greatly
in the past.
relieved that they didn't give us the origin.
Well, they
hour.
but they did.
You kinda
but
get, like, the
No,
speed
but not
run,
like the
but-
first
yeah.
hour of having
Exactly.
to go through
Yeah,
the
yeah,
origin
yeah.
again. and-
Yeah.
But see, even Superman did that same thing.
Yeah,
I'm happy
which was
about
perfect.
that because
Yeah.
everybody now knows.
We basically got caught up to speed in the first 10 minutes.
That's right.
I'd say this greatly improves on how Superman did it.
I have
Yeah.
to
Like,
100%
I-
agree
yeah.
with that. Yes.
Before we even really hop into everything, I was just like going into this month knowing we were going to have Superman and then Fantastic Four. I was like, I just hope that they're both pretty good. When we saw Superman, I was like, all right, this is really great. I'm hoping Fantastic Four at least kind of just hits.
Yeah.
And it really just knocked it out of the park,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
And the one thing on both movies, especially this movie, the focus on real acting,
Yeah.
not just playing a part, but real acting came into play in both of them. And these four main characters really played well together, off of each other. Like, you felt
Yeah.
the family unit
One of the
them.
things I feel like I feel like they nailed majority of it, but one of the things that I feel like they really nailed was the relationship dynamics between like every character
Yes.
and together. Like, because Fantastic Four, I'd say the two like main dynamics you think of is Reed and Sue, and then Johnny and Ben.
Yeah.
But there's just between the four of them, there's great character chemistry that just resonates through all the performances.
Just that one little scene when they were walking in for dinner and Ben and Johnny were sitting at the table and Johnny hits him with the "you're late."
Yeah.
We saw it 1,000 times in the trailers and such. But when they had that one scene, they were at the table. Now you had the whole context of what was really going on. And Ben looked over.
I
Even
was just
as
thinking
Ben,
that
when
part.
he looked over,
Just
and
the way he was looking
with
at
that
her.
little thing. Are you pregnant? I mean, that just like, holy shit, that just hit me. It was like,
Yeah.
wow, that was just a great little scene.
Jack brought up to me when they're on the ship and Ben's like, oh, so what is this, some kind of like big space dragon or something? And then Johnny just kind of like half off screen and just like, oh, cool. And then I also thought like, well, there is one other one I want to get to that I thought was really great, but Ben's conversation with Reed in front of the window about like fatherhood and just how he shouldn't feel so bad about what happened because he's not that smart, but you know, he's the
That's
smartest
funny,
guy in the universe.
Yeah.
But
I do wish there was a bit more of Reed and Johnny, because I feel like after the whole like talk they have with like the suits, it's kind of just absent.
yeah.
Especially like once he starts going into the fucking language deconstruction thing.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't talk to anyone other than like
Right.
Sue.
Yeah.
I also love the scene where Reed is about to. He knows that the baby is gonna have to be bait, but he doesn't want to say it.
Yeah.
When Sue looks at him and you can tell like she knows that he's thinking it.
Yeah.
She got angry. I love that.
Are you
scene.
saying when they kind of have the argument in their room?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's one of my
that's-
favorite scenes.
She almost like about
Yeah.
to scream at him, and she disappears.
They
Loved it.
nailed the Sue and Reed
Loved it.
relationship.
Oh my
100%.
God.
100%.
Yeah.
She is,
wow.
I mean, we've seen this movie over and over again, but she is, to me, she really became that part. She owns it.
Yeah.
She
And
owns it. They all
They
own their
finally
parts.
gave Sue Storm something to do, which
Yeah.
I think we'll get into in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
First, though, I was kind of skeptical about Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Like, he's played the dad role before, but he honestly, like, isn't the conventional pick to play Reed.
No, not at all.
But I think he really nailed it. He just plays like this super genius that's plagued by having to solve everything so well.
And I told you, you made me watch something, and I haven't been doing that a lot lately prior to us doing our podcasts. And the one thing he said is that they had those voice coaches and linguists come on and work with them. He got so into the part of playing like that 1960s style
Transatlantic accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He got so into it that he couldn't come out of it. And they're like, you got to be yourself a little bit more too. And it's kind of weird.
I feel like
seeing it. So.
my biggest gripe with like the acting in this movie is that accent, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought it worked well. I thought
kind of not at all noticeable to me.
Yeah,
It's just a little bit weird to me because just seeing him in other stuff, like that's just not how he does deliveries.
Now that we saw that rumor that, or Matt Shackman actually said Reed Richards is going to be the leader of the Avengers in Avengers Doomsday.
Which is
like I can see it now. I was I guess maybe skeptical about that whole thing because I was like, who, like Pedro Pascal Reed is gonna be.
I also wonder if it's even true. Like Matt Shackman is saying it, like fucking almost. What does he know? Kind of. Well, is he writing it?
No, I don't think so.
Because he was at one point.
I think the
maybe.
Russos are writing it.
Okay, but anyways, I don't think the Russos have ever written the Avengers movies. I think they wrote with some like other two people. But anyways, like I wonder if he even knows because, or if he was just told something and like he's still kind of like a arc leader type thing.
Yeah. I guess though, like I could kind of see where it's going, and I don't want to jump too far ahead, but like mid-credit scene kind of does lead me to think that their story will be pretty involved with what's going to be happening.
Yeah.
In that movie. But I mean, we'll get to that, I think. Vanessa Kirby though, Sue Storm.
Yeah.
The bar was not too high for a good Sue Storm, but I think.
Yeah, but she blew it out of the park.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
She did everything beyond what I ever expected from Sue Storm. And kudos to the, like we had said with the when she showed Reed the baby.
Yeah.
Like that you don't see the Invisible Girl do. She's either invisible or not.
Yeah.
You've never seen her really have that much control over sections of her herself.
But again, even the way they played that part, you could tell it was something that she probably didn't even know she could do either. But now being pregnant, it was something she worked with, focusing
Probably,
that, you know, and figuring it out.
Yeah.
Because then she's like, well, I can do this, and do it, you know. So and he was like, wow. You know?
I got to tell you the truth. The robot.
Herbie.
Herbie.
I could not stand Herbie from the cartoon.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. I was just like, why? Why bother?
Yeah.
Did he speak in the cartoon?
Maybe. The same way. Not like speak
just
like
like,
we,
yeah,
you know,
kind of
that
Wall-E.
beeping thing. Right. But it was just so friggin' annoying. I was like, what's it, Scrappy Doo, I guess?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
there,
Jump the
but you don't
shark
want
with
him to be.
Scrappy Doo, yeah.
It worked so well in the
I thought
movie,
so too.
right?
Yeah.
It was. He was.
He was a
great.
part of the family, kind
He
of.
was, yeah.
when they were trying to childproof the place.
Yeah.
You
That
know,
was
he's going
hilarious.
around.
I was like, and it was always against Ben Grimm.
Yeah.
How about
Falls
every
downstairs, stairs off
every time Johnny like interacts with him, he pets him at the end?
Yes. Scratch on the head.
Yeah. Yeah, it was this movie does have like it makes me feel a bit like The Incredibles and like the Jetsons.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I definitely get like that Disney World just nostalgia.
Yeah.
From like
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah,
Most
like
certainly.
are you saying like almost like Carousel of Progress type of thing?
I wouldn't
'Cause-
even say that. I'd just say like the feeling I get in like Epcot or some shit.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think we're saying
100%
the same
understand it because
thing.
you definitely get that.
I got very, very comfortable with the characters right away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why. It wasn't like they did anything special, but it was just so.
You kind of just like you get shot out of a cannon into like this rapid fire pace of like everything they've done and everything
Yeah.
going for them, and you kind of just know them in 10 minutes.
But I like the 4 years later thing, and Johnny's not a total asshole, but you could tell that he's still, you know,
A little cocky.
Yeah, exactly. But he's not that instant star now.
I do still wish we had like some more just like him and Ben like pranking
Going
each
at
other
yeah,
type
I
stuff.
loved their.
It was
I wish they
great
were
when it was
teasing
there.
more.
I do wish that it was more prevalent, and I do like that we also got to see like the
Friendly
love
side?
that they do
Yeah.
have for each
Yeah.
other, despite teasing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like
Speaking of teasing, my favorite scene had to be when they're both. I think Ben is laying on the bed and Johnny is I think sitting down, and they're both arguing like who's going to go down and check on him. And then Sue just appears out of nowhere and she's like, "Oh, she gotta stop doing that."
Yeah.
it's not right to just appear like that.
For me, iconic Ben Grimm on Yancey Street.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Look, they
Yeah.
nailed all the characters.
They
Like,
did,
this
but-
movie
yeah.
rights so many of the wrongs that all of the previous
you.
iterations.
Yeah,
Yes.
he had his moments alone with loneliness and slight depressions, what have you. But then the whole love interest thing definitely spurred his interest and something he misses.
So her name was Rachel Rosman.
Okay.
And she's an original character to the movie. However, Roz is a nod to Jack Kirby's wife, Roz Kirby.
She also kind of looks like Alicia Masters, just visually.
The
Like she has-
blind girlfriend.
Because like she's ginger.
Yeah, and I thought it was actually a good touch that she was Jewish herself, and she was in the
we
synagogue.
had mentioned that. That was cool that he kept that part of his.
It's such an important part of his character.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, I'm not necessarily one to be like, RDJ's not being played by a Romani actor. I do think it's cool that a Jewish man is playing Ben Grimm.
Yeah. Agreed.
Was she a teacher? Was she the
Yeah,
rabbi?
she was a school teacher. Yeah.
Okay.
Played by Natasha Lyonne.
Yeah, so I was saying to Jack, like, I had no clue how they would integrate Natasha Lyonne into the movie, but I thought this was a great little part for her.
Fantastic.
That's a great like appearance transformation for her too. She just looks like a different person.
Yeah, and,
and
she has the perfect accent for it and everything too. And yeah, I loved it.
The movie's retro-futuristic deal, I had mentioned to you guys, growing up in the 60s, I was a kid, early 70s. Everything that they wanted you to think was futuristic was always round.
Yeah.
Radios, we used to have...
I remember hanging in our kitchen growing up. My mother had to have it, and I remember hanging over in the corner. It was a little black and white TV. It was round. It looked like a space helmet.
Yeah.
And it was in the corner, and that's what we watched if we sat at the kitchen table.
Yeah. So
that was on.
what they did, their design, and especially the recording.
Yeah, I love that.
You know, it was like, whoa, look at this. Not big fancy schmancy computers or discs or whatever, man. They actually put it down on...
pressed it onto vinyl.
Pressed it onto vinyl.
Also, it's like they have flying cars and shit.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
This is a world where technology has been advanced by like Reed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
The car was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it.
The car was
was
awesome.
Yeah.
Great job with that.
It's a cool little thing to include because it is so prominent in their comic runs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they never actually said that Ben was a astronaut in this, but he obviously knew how to fly and all that stuff.
Well,
but in the
he was on
comics,
the
he
team.
was an astronaut, right?
He was
I
a
think he was
test
like
a
pilot.
test pilot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something
Yeah.
that they never really get into in the older movies, but like he pilots the car in the comics.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a pilot needed,
Yeah.
he's the guy.
Yeah.
And he's not... They never portray... In the comics, they never portrayed him as a big dummy.
Yeah.
Although a lot of villains or whatever tried to pretend he was. But he's college educated.
Yeah.
He's a test pilot, you know.
Well, in this, they mentioned that they're all scientists.
Yeah.
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 So that, I guess, also lends to Johnny being able to figure out
for
the language.
linguistics. Yeah.
Which I actually thought was a pretty
That
cool
was
part.
that was really
and they
cool.
played that well. You know,
Yeah.
it didn't like happen automatically. Like you could tell he's been working on it a while. This and that. The way he plotted stuff out, I thought they played that part well. I actually like Johnny a lot, and usually hate him in these.
I was never overjoyed by the look of the suits or anything. I never really had been with Fantastic Four suits, but the design of this movie is great all around.
Yeah, I thought like the whole retro-futuristic thing wasn't really distracting in any point for me. It kind of just all works.
Like, that's what I feel like. It just reminds me of The Incredibles, where it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, the nostalgic Disney feel.
Yeah. So the production designer for this was the same guy that did Loki.
That makes sense.
Like, like now that once you hear that, it kind of does click.
Yeah.
The new spacesuits I thought were incredible. I really enjoyed them.
I mean, even their spaceship.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're going through
Yeah.
time warps or whatever the hell they were doing.
Yeah.
But the ship looked like it was like a 1950s movie kind of ship,
Yep.
right?
I was confused of one thing. So, during the black hole scene, which I don't even know why they called it a neutron star, because it's a black hole, clearly. But during that scene, they left behind the thing that goes around the ship, right?
Yeah.
The thing that goes
Yeah.
around the ship
That
was to put
makes
them
them
into like
Hyperspace.
hyperspace.
But they were still able to get home?
because
Then
they
they shot around.
shot around
used the
sun.
momentum of the star to shoot around
The
at
gravity
such a
of
speed.
the star whipped them around and brought it up to 8.5, whatever it was.
I guess just a
Speed
close
of light.
star.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even then, like...
They did it in Star Trek too. They went
But
back
still,
in
like, if
time.
they're going, like, 0.8, even, like, fucking even at 100%, like, the closest star is, like, 4 years away, I'm pretty sure.
But
so. But still,
I'm saying it flung them so fast that it put them into
the time warp.
The time warp.
Oh,
They didn't need that thing to, to boost their speed.
That's what
I loved the effects when the Silver Surfer was getting sucked into that.
Yeah.
because
black hole.
it's like a fucking. They're just playing like a wave scene.
I also just love the way she looked, like gliding through like it's like a sandstorm in the black
I think
hole.
it was one of the best Silver Surfers.
She was surfing on the lava too. I
So
thought that was
cool.
dope.
Yeah.
That was really great.
And I like that she utilized her surfboard in like sometimes fighting. Like she'd knock people out of the way.
The surfboard is not connected
to the body.
To the body.
to the body.
John.
Yeah.
He was very happy
He's
about
very
that.
happy about
He was very happy about that.
Yeah.
So does the body come with the surfboard?
Yeah. That's one of those MCU jokes that kind of gets peppered through. I actually didn't mind it because
I didn't mind it
for the
at all.
most part I
loved
felt like they used it well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, they utilized. They utilized powers that aren't
Yeah.
normally seen.
Mhm.
Johnny Storm being able to absorb
Yeah.
fire as opposed to just shooting it. The Silver Surfer going through objects, not having to blast the holes through everything, just kind of phasing right through.
Yeah.
And Sue again with the
I
which is
thought
very cool.
just also like her ability to make everything invisible was cool. In fact, we never really saw that.
Never really
I
saw
can
that
think
too.
of.
Yeah, make the ship. you
Yeah.
know, anything she can touch, she can project.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure I was gonna like that glittery effect.
Yeah.
I really wasn't sure seeing it in the trailer and everything. I was like, it kind of cheapens it. It worked sitting there watching the movie.
I feel like the way that they made the powers work, where it's like her power especially, it's just like you can see how it like scales, I guess. Like so she has trouble like making it fully invisible on bigger stuff, I guess, because like you could see the ship still.
Yeah.
And I guess also assuming that like it's not just liberty of fucking making a movie and we got to show people where they are type of shit. But I don't think it's that, in my opinion. I think like it's just she's having trouble making it fully invisible because like she makes herself fully invisible.
Right.
And like she makes her belly like see through but not fully invisible. Like like whenever she actually needs something to be fully invisible, I'll think she'll be able to do it if she can.
Right.
So
Yeah.
She was also giving birth during this whole thing,
Yeah.
which I thought just added an incredible element to that whole scene.
and I like how she's like phasing in and out during focus and everything.
On the topic of powers, I thought just Reed stretching looked great.
Yeah.
Like better than I've ever seen it, maybe.
Yeah.
And then we finally get a point too when he goes up against Galactus. He's getting stretched.
Beyond
almost
his
scary.
limits.
Yeah. I thought that looked great. And then there's like a couple like unintentionally funny moments in this, but like he gets saved by Johnny and Ben, and then he kind of just like flops to the ground.
Yeah.
Not done well.
Yeah.
Galactus. Let's say it.
Yeah.
Don't give me that fucking cloud anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Looks so cool.
It was
They
finally
did him
time.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Even when he was in his ship before.
That's the way his ship looks in the comics.
Generally, yeah.
I think his
It's
ship is a
it's
lot
huge
bigger in the
machine,
comics.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a
It's a
world-eating machine.
Planet-eating machine.
It
Yeah.
looked really cool. Even his throne that he sits in with the tubes attached to him.
I mean, proportion-wise, I mean, they had that helmet that he wears. Everything was just perfect. That was Galactus.
He can change size in the comics, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of like I feel like this version can't do that though. I feel like this version is a little bit more limited.
Locked into
Like
what he is.
So what did those spinning things do though? Didn't they? Isn't that what was changing his size?
Spinning things.
On his chest, it would turn, and I thought he was getting bigger or smaller. There was
I
like
didn't
little things.
I didn't really notice that.
No,
I didn't even notice the spinning.
no. And then even like when Reed is going,
there were things
after
on his back
he
that
was
like,
turning those things. He was like,
I think that was
those
just
would
a
connect
cower.
him to the ship, though.
that's those little things that the hoses were connected.
Was that
to.
just lava, by the way, that came out of
I
him?
think so.
Was it
Yeah,
just
it looked
powering
like it.
him?
Molten lava.
Weird to me.
Yeah.
But I thought Galactus' presence could have been a bit more for me, but I really like the inclusion of the ship. The lava stuff was a bit weird too. It feels like we get the idea that he's super advanced, but I just don't feel it by his actions other than the scanning type stuff. Like, I feel like the thing about him is that, like, he's just so beyond and, like, he just has so much access to, like, technological shit. Like, I wish we saw more of that.
Yeah, I can see that.
What did he say? He was over 1 billion years old.
Billions.
Yeah.
Billions.
Because he's older than the universe.
He didn't blast anybody, did he?
No.
That was the one
He was
thing.
more just a big giant.
yeah,
walking
and again
around.
with the eyes just
Yeah.
scanning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no
No,
Like
like
no
shooting.
blasts or
And, like,
anything.
being able to open the fucking lava thing seems like a pretty big oversight.
I guess, yeah. He's not necessarily like, as far as I know at least, he doesn't just kill to kill though. It's kind of like
they
Celestials,
said,
like
hunger.
he
The
has
hunger.
to.
Yeah.
They said in the movie that like Silver Surfer was like he's a cosmic force just like the stars are.
Yeah,
or whatever.
that was a great line
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, he's hiding his true nature from you. That
Yeah.
got me with Franklin.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, we know Franklin from the comics. We know he's going to be this power. They don't. And just the way Galactus said that, like, I sense his power. But no, I tested him. We ran. Just the way he came right out and
he's
said, but he's hiding his
There's
true
this, I
nature
forget
from
what
you.
comic run it's from. I think it might be a kind of newer Fantastic Four run. But Franklin, there's like one point where like Galactus becomes like a herald to Franklin, which is kind of like something they like borderline allude to in this, where it's like he'll become
he's gonna
his position and
replace him so he can rest.
also like it's the only person that Galactus is afraid of is Franklin. So like they can always bargain with him because they have Franklin.
Right.
Hey, still got the future. I don't think he's dead. He's just on the outskirts of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's stuck in a black hole somewhere.
Yeah.
And
For
I
now.
assume he'll be able to make his way back at some point.
Oh yeah.
And he looked terrifying when he came back through that portal. Just
Oh, yeah.
angry, pure anger.
Yeah. I'm curious though if we'll see Norrin Rad at some point, because they do allude to like Charlotte Ball's planet being spared.
Right.
I feel like that would be like a whole. Because I mean, like even in like Silver Surfer runs, we don't usually see Charlotte Ball. There are some production moments I found confusing or funny, like the usual people talking to people 60 feet away as if they were right next to each other, especially in the final battle.
Yeah.
There's also some weird scaling issues, like how the black hole was the size of the ship, almost. That was just a bit weird to me.
I'd say most prominent issue I have is there's a handful of interesting editing moments where it's like I could tell that this was from a different take pretty prominently, and then it's like there'll be a thing that happens a lot where a character will be in one spot and then we just like jump cut to them also in the same spot kinda within the same scene.
There was one early on, maybe with Mole Man, where like the audio was like very different, like takes clearly.
Yeah, there was definitely a few when Sue announced she was pregnant. I noticed it, and like just a couple of like Pascal's takes. It's like, oh, this is clearly like 3 takes chopped into one. But I don't know. It took me out of it for a minute, but it is something I guess I can kind of brush past pretty easily. I did notice it though.
Are most people gonna pick that up?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
One
to
thing-
me, it was just so obvious that it was like 3 different like fucking background noises
Yeah.
at once.
One thing I found was when Ben was holding the baby. This is right after the fight, and I think Sue's on the ground, and she wakes up, whatever. And he's holding him, but the baby was ginormous.
Yeah, it was a CGI baby.
Oh, it was huge.
Pretty bad CGI
Holy
baby.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. They screwed the
Couldn't
proportion
believe
up
that.
on that.
There was sometimes even Ben. He looked a little bit weird in I don't know CGI, whatever it was. But there was times he looked different out of proportion too. But coming down the street walking in Brooklyn, I just thought like
Yeah, with the long coat on and his
yeah.
hat.
that was perfect stuff. You know. And then he picked up the car. I thought
For
that
the
was all pretty
kids.
cool stuff.
Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna nitpick, but I want everyone to forget about it
Yeah.
after I say it. They did Ben Grimm perfect. I loved his look, except for I think there was one scene where they were standing. He's got his uniform on. He almost looked like he had breasts. I mean, they made his chest long.
Just a little too brolic.
Yeah, because the thing isn't cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
rock.
more of a big
What-
just barrel.
Boulder.
You know,
Was it when they
wall.
were in space?
No, it was when they were on the show. And they were standing, and it wasn't like when you were looking at him in front. They had like a kind of side view, and it just kind of looked like his chest was all like out here.
puffed up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, but I'm still I loved his design.
What
Yeah.
about his beard?
Cool. The beard was a nice touch.
I thought it was gonna bother me.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Yeah.
I accepted it.
Kind
It-
of funny because like
Yeah.
I know that like he can like that does happen sometimes
Right.
in like some of the more modern comics. It's just like an odd choice to
Yeah.
throw into the movie, but it worked, I guess.
And
'cause, you know,
I like the
they
fact
worked
that
it in.
he has to grind
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
how
it's
it
not
is.
shaving. He's got to grind
It's
it
a
down.
nice touch, yeah.
Yeah.
They worked
The
it into the
details.
plot at least. So
Yeah.
I thought they gave us something a little different without changing the entire project.
which is kind of what I feel like the 2015 one did. The 2015 one kind of just blows it all up and
Yeah.
tries to
Right,
do its
exactly.
totally own thing. With
Right.
Kind of not really caring too much about the
Yeah.
source material.
Absolutely. This was good. I had a great time.
Yeah.
The cartoon that they showed in this movie was that taken from the real?
No,
No,
that was
that's
completely
made for this movie.
That was
because that was John Malkovich.
yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Did a good job on that too.
What did you think of Johnny's powers sounding like a jet engine at some points?
I didn't really notice it.
I didn't notice
It sounded like it when he came down to see his sister, Sue.
Mhm.
Like, that was one of the moments.
Mhm.
There was just a few other moments it happened.
Yeah.
Like, even just in the background. Like, he
I
just
thought
sounded
he
like a
looked
jet
really
engine.
good though when he would just turn it to flame.
Yeah.
I thought
Mhm.
they did it really well.
It was also strange to see that he actually carries like the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
carrying him. You don't really see that much either, where he's used for transport. But
Go ahead. Say
Especially in the opening, I
Say
love
it.
that
Yeah.
when he saved the girl.
oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great moment. Just-
And then just writes to 4.
Yeah.
Flies
Yeah.
off.
Right.
Yeah, after sucking in all the... Have we seen that before? Like him sucking in
No, he
fire?
was
Well, that's
even-
what Uncle Nick was saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, that's
But-
and it's actually one of his powers.
One of his
you know?
powers from
Yeah.
the comics. So that's just fantastic that they actually used it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
figured out how to
absolutely.
do it. Yeah.
All the character and family dynamics were great. I do think it's interesting that while the character arcs remain static, the real arcs to be found in the relationships, and the closest we get to like a character arc is Reed being too cold to not too cold.
Yeah, we kind of mentioned this before. I thought that they totally nailed the idea that, to me, Reed comes off as like a kind of like autistic guy character because like he's just so focused on all these like things that he has to solve, and his like science and just problem solving like dominates his social interactions.
Right.
And I thought there was such a great line where Sue says, "Sometimes you being you hurts me."
Mhm.
Right.
That
And
was
it's like,
perfect.
yes, that nails their dynamic
Perfect.
because
Yeah.
Mhm.
he thinks he's trying to do so much good, but it's like
Yeah.
he can never just, for as smart as he is, he can never just kind of pan out and see what's going on
Who
right
he's
in front of
affecting
him.
or
Well,
what he's
his
affecting.
response to that was fantastic, though. It's
Yeah.
like, that's not my intention.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's basically.
You know,
so-
he's kind of like this martyr figure almost, where it's like I'm forcing myself to suffer these grave
Yeah.
thoughts to save everybody
Mhm.
and keep everybody safe. I just thought that whole sequence really just nailed it down for me, that they
Yeah.
absolutely knocked out of the park those two characters and how they interact together.
Mhm. Hey, two real professional actors. I mean,
Yeah.
the script for this worked well. It just like I said, it was not just a story of, okay, this is what's going to happen here. They really fleshed these people out, and they gave
Yeah.
them a real relationship.
Who wrote this?
Yeah,
Because
who
like,
wrote it? Because it was fantastically written. No pun intended.
yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
Shackman knocked it out of the park directing wise, I
Mhm.
think, but the script is
Yeah.
pretty tight in my opinion.
I also have to say it was just visually a beautiful movie to watch
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That, like I said, that retro-futuristic, they
was
nailed
stunning.
it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and it just made every scene, every set.
And you don't have to be a Marvel fan to enjoy this movie.
I think this is definitely one of those ones where it's like
Mm-hmm.
the random like how the Avengers like Infinity War and Endgame were, where it's like a random kind of person that will go see this one and be like, oh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it might suck them into watching other things. You know,
Yeah.
this could be one of
This
those movies.
this actually gave me my Guardians of the Galaxy vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I had
Yeah.
a good time with this movie.
Yeah.
No big expectations, but I was so overwhelmed with how
Yeah.
this was my first family, man. I mean,
Yeah.
this was what got me into comic books
Mm-hmm.
growing up.
I mean, our entire theater clapped
Yeah.
after this movie.
Yeah.
We
ended.
haven't seen
Which
that
was-
in a
That was
long
like
time.
Wow.
Surprising.
fucking bizarre, but it
long
was
time.
awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Felt good.
Mm-hmm.
Felt good.
I mean, the comedy in this was there subtly in a lot of spots, but
Yeah.
it worked. I thought in a lot.
This
of
wasn't a very funny movie.
It wasn't very
But
funny.
for
Like
the
at-
parts that
yeah.
But
were,
the parts
they
that were,
really
I mean,
hit.
Yeah.
We haven't even touched on Mole Man yet.
Yeah.
who
Well, before
apparently
that-
doesn't like to be called Mole
Well,
Man.
yeah.
Let's just go back. Something with the like Reed and Sue fight where like they were talking about the whole like the way you are.
Mm.
I feel like most of like the issue is just her telling us that it's an issue, because I feel like even during that I was thinking that like him thinking of like what if,
Mm-hmm.
like he's thinking like what if, not because he's like actually considering it.
Right.
He's thinking it because like
He's a
the
scientist.
solution
He needs the plan.
the solution can give him like a different solution, like
Right.
the outcome of giving
Right.
him
Yeah.
What they say,
Because he's a scientist,
Yeah.
basically, and he's got to work it all out. All
leverage.
angles.
He needed leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it was Artemis the levers.
What's the
yeah.
lever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fucking a little bit weird thing to me. It's just like I feel like there are like a little bit some obvious like moments where they're just like trying to get this like broad idea out to us.
Yeah.
I thought the idea of like all these countries and like the whole globe is going to come together to build
that was
these things, and we're going to transport the Earth elsewhere into like a different universe basically was a really cool idea. And then it doesn't go through.
No.
Yeah.
No, it was a very comic book idea.
Yeah.
It's something that you would read in a comic book.
The one thing I was thinking though is like, but if they don't transport the moon, then like fucking tsunamis and shit, like it's just gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
They never got the chance.
And also like, what are they just going to another solar system? I guess with a Earth like the sun or sun like.
Well, yeah,
the
we
sun.
never found out where they were going to.
Well, they said they were going to shift it like to something away or whatever. I don't know. But because of that shift, it would force Galactus to have to search for them for like a few billion years,
Yeah.
or like a million years or something.
That was confusing to me because, like, so, I mean, like, Galactus can obviously travel faster than light, but then, like, it takes him months to get to Earth, like, once he's at Jupiter. Because,
I'm
like,
assuming, it took him a while to get.
It's just a little bit weird
once
to me.
he entered the solar system. Yeah.
I guess maybe it's just once you
know.
dial in, like, you can't dial it in
Yeah.
that much, I guess.
I don't know.
But don't forget, he doesn't pick the planet,
No, she does.
so it's not like he picked Earth.
But still,
She picked
Surfer
Earth.
I'm just, like, wondering, like, why can't he just go faster to Earth? Because it takes him fucking months to get from Jupiter
Yeah.
to Earth, but from, like, another solar system, he was already there.
Yeah, I guess the science behind it is not explained, but something about it is incredibly ominous. It's just like this looming
That you
threat
know
is
he's
slowly
coming.
coming.
Yeah.
You don't know when exactly he's gonna arrive.
Yeah.
Don't look up. There were a few songs in the score that I was enjoying a lot, but the rest just added to the feel of the movie, especially Galactus walking through the city a bit, since I saw that scene without music in a trailer.
Yeah.
It's just easy to tell the difference, I guess.
Yeah, I thought the score was great. Michael Giacchino, who's I think he did the score for the Batman. He
does like a lot of superhero stuff. I don't know, like he just has
Incredibles.
like,
I think this.
I think all the MCU almost.
A lot of the MCU.
Is he the one who directed Werewolf by Night?
Yeah, he directed Werewolf by Night.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's like a great documentary about that, Director by Night, and it's just like it's more interesting than like the other behind the scenes, and it's just like a story of his like relationship with film, and like it's just
cool.
Yeah.
I know you said you liked the scene where he got out of his throne.
Oh, yeah, when he
and went into the water.
lands into the water, and he just rises up.
I thought it was funny too. Like he just like starts sniffing the tree, and
That
then
was
Johnny's
weird.
Just like, fuck.
I was like, why the fuck?
Even Johnny found it odd.
Yeah.
he's like, huh?
I was almost thinking that was like a callback to like the Herbs thing they had with Herbie. I don't know. I was just like, it's Herbs to him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny's reaction was a little funny. Just, huh?
Yeah, I would be remiss if we didn't mention Paul Walter Hauser.
He had one of the greatest
He's got like
scenes in the
5 to 10 minutes of screen time, and he just is fucking incredible.
I won't even say that much. I'd say like probably lower.
movie.
Yeah.
And he knocked it out of the park. And the whole idea of that whole underground subterranea was great, because even if they didn't have subways, they had the rails that were like hung
monorail.
That's a good point, actually.
underneath the bridges and such like that.
Well, they were also like at least skyscraper level down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, in the comics, the mole people, like, they do come to an agreement with them, and then they kind of go to Mole Man for help.
it is like also just a wholesome like relationship, I guess. Just have on screen like.
I almost burst out laughing just when they said he tried to steal the Pan
Pan
Am
Am building.
Yeah.
and just the sound of that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I thought that was hilarious. And
he's-
that whole beginning
the whole-
montage, which you said you loved that whole montage. And yes,
I
have to
love that
agree.
moment also because, like, the building fucking falls.
Full,
Like,
Perfect.
down to
But
street
it
level.
yeah, and it's just like, that's so comic booky and
And
silly.
was
they
great.
wanted that building there.
It was
Yeah.
great. It was. I
Because,
loved
like,
it.
everyone in
I
that
loved
building
it.
probably would, like, die for the impact.
Yeah.
But it was just, like, it just works because it's a comic book thing, and
It
it's
was
just,
great.
they just brought it down. And then,
even the things one punch
yeah.
to the guy to the monster.
Yeah.
You know, it was like bam.
Yeah, Paul Walter Hauser was hilarious in
was.
this movie too.
Awesome.
Just
He
the
was great.
execution of those lines where he's fighting with them, and then whatever, on their way out, he's like, "Don't be mad at me, Johnny. I didn't dress you." And then immediately after, gets kind of scolded by Sue. He's like, "It's the end times. We gotta find some levity. We gotta find how to laugh."
Just like constant tone is so funny because it's very like I feel like it's something me and you do a lot. Where it's just like that tone.
Yeah.
Just, like,
I also loved
full of yourself
when they ask him to, I guess, evacuate New York underneath into Subterranea. As people are arriving, I guess he's
Wipe
just
your
like
feet.
he's not even that. He's just so like socially unaware. I guess he's just like, "Hello,
welcome to Subterranea."
Wipe your feet. I'm only kidding. Everything is dirt.
Yeah. He's fucking screaming.
What's his thing with Sue though? Why would he only do it for Sue?
She's in the comic. Apparently, he went to college with Sue's dad,
grandfather.
Grandfather, yeah. And apparently, like
J.F. Storm.
the grandfather, like taught him to be a leader.
Yeah.
Like that's the reason I guess he discovered Subterranean, was able to turn Subterranean into like a civilization.
Yeah, and that's from the First Steps
Comic
like
book.
prequel comic for this movie.
Yeah.
In what I was gonna say was in just like the Fantastic Four comics, and we see this in the movie too, not just with Mole Man, but also the Future Foundation is almost like the UN, where Sue is actually very good at negotiating with foreign leaders. I mean, she kind of does it with Galactus at one point. She does it with Mole Man. Namor is another big one. Yeah, in the comics, she's also... There is like another thing from the comics, a run that I was reading. I don't remember if it's the Atlanteans or just some other like underwater civilization, but she like bargains with them as well. Yeah. So she's kind of...
So she's a good diplomat.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
The pacing was great. It reminded me a bit of Oppenheimer, but better, where that movie felt like a trailer the entire time. This one just felt like a great flow state of just them constantly solving problems, the problem or the solutions failing, and then like reusing the solutions for something else and like a reconfiguring it type of way.
Yeah, I'd say you have the whole intro thing where I was actually like wondering if we had like a little short film before the actual movie, because this one kind of just drops in pretty quick with the title sequence.
Oh yeah, fucking Avatar. Before this movie started, it was just Avatar's trailer.
And it just dropped in.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's just directly like linked on whatever disc, like just to this movie. Because there was like nothing beforehand. It was after everything at AMC, and it just went straight into the logo.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is you get that great intro sequence, and then you drop into what you were saying, where it's just this constant flow state of problem, solution, problem, solution.
Yeah. I kind of hated that they played out the trope of Sue dying just for Franklin to save her. I liked her reaction to it, but it's still just such a boring trope to me. Because, I mean, just like, even fucking for Pedro Pascal, that same, like, come on, baby, that same line was in the first episode of Last of Us.
I feel like he does it so well, though, where I was kind of just really locked into it.
I don't know. Because I was just thinking, he said this, because remember I sent you that meme, which is him singing for like 15 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's in his wheelhouse, though.
It is in his wheelhouse.
If you're going to use any moment out of his bag, I guess that's it.
I didn't know that the baby was going to save her first, but Silver Surfer was gone, and I could just think of that scene from the Fantastic Four.
Where the Silver Surfer.
The Silver Surfer, whatever year that was, the one that we watched. And I was like, okay, this is like a throwback to that, but she can't die. And I turned to you and I said, the baby's going to save her.
I feel like, though, once the baby was on him, like, he has cosmic power. I feel like it was a bit...
So I know nothing. I know nothing about Franklin. Nothing. I learned it all.
He's technically a mutant. He's not whatever they are.
Well, I don't think mutants in the comics have powers.
They have to have the gene, the X gene, to be a mutant.
Well, yeah, but also like there's something else where Multiple Man like was able to like have his powers from birth, but mutants don't have that, so he's something else. And I don't even think that. I just think he has powers because his fucking parents were in like a cosmic whatever. I don't think he's a mutant or anything.
And it might not be powers from them. It's powers just because of the cosmic.
Yeah. He like essentially has like. I'm not saying his powers are the same, but like he has powers for the same reasons that like Silver Surfer from the comics has powers.
Well, Silver Surfer has powers because like fucking
it was given to him.
Galactus just.
I know, but like cosmic power. That's what I'm saying.
I don't even know if that's a thing in the comics where he has the power cosmic.
Oh,
I don't know much about Franklin.
Oh, I think he does have the power cosmic.
He can make universes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think there's like one thing where like he fucking trapped Doom like a pocket universe for a time.
I do have to bring up, though, even though it's never going to happen, but I always like to bring it up, that Jonathan was quite the problem as a child, and they really weren't sure what to do with him to stop him from destroying the world, basically. And they hired Agatha Harkness.
Yeah. Franklin, you mean?
Franklin.
Franklin. Yes.
Yeah.
They hired Agatha Harkness to be his keeper.
Well, maybe we'll see something like that happen. Who knows? But I would love to see that, and I would love to see her join in.
It just leaves the door open for more than just a mutant or a cosmic power.
Let's hope that they're thinking like that in these things, because they made, and again, no pun, a real fantastic movie here.
I got to imagine they're probably not thinking those.
No, probably
I
not.
know. And I'm hoping that they can
hard enough to connect it to the Avengers.
Take this level of workmanship and put it into these other movies coming out.
So what I found is apparently like all the Fantastic Four have the power cosmic, but it's just different type or manifestation. So Franklin also has it, but his thing is that like he can like almost control the power cosmic and like the people in it. So like he can control Galactus, and I guess that's why he's so afraid of him. So.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Go for it.
When Reed Richards climbed Galactus and opened that thing, I noticed there was like 4 of them. If he were to open all 4, would Galactus go down?
I have no idea.
Assume so. I'm still confused. Like, is he just powered by lava, or like what's going on?
I mean, maybe it's just like
to
melt down planetary resources. I really don't know.
He eats planets.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, his storage that enables him to move and
or digest.
I was just assuming like that's kind of, it's all part of like how they break down the resources of the planets. I'm not.
I assume it's just like some lava from like the core or whatever
his
originally.
fuel tank, and he was emptying some of it, I guess.
I mean, that one planet that they went up to and actually saw being devoured, Reed said that is 4 times the size of Earth.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
shredded
I don't know if it was that much bigger. I think it was
I thought that's what he said.
I think it was like a 14th the size, or like bigger than Earth or something.
1.4 maybe.
Something like that.
I didn't even really like that line, honestly, because it's just like, okay, like you don't have to convince me that fucking Galactus is going to destroy Earth. I thought the moral conflict of sacrifice baby Franklin to turn him into a planet eater also, or destroy Earth was interesting. It definitely just worked throughout the whole movie, especially coming off a trailer where they like changed it so that we saw a destroyed Earth, and also the ending to Thunderbolts.
Right.
I just say it worked throughout the whole movie to make it fucking tense.
Yeah.
I also loved the dynamic of like the public turning on them, because like they've solved every problem that's come Earth's way except for this, and then the public just turns on them.
Yeah, especially I like that scene where I think Ben is walking down the alleyway and the kids run by him and they're like, "We have loved ones too," or something like that.
Even that moment when they explained to the people that his asking price was basically too much, and they asked what was it that he asked, and that he was just so in that moment when he had to explain they wanted our baby, and then just panning on everybody else like, fuck, it's out, you know.
And I'm glad that they
gave
him that line, because like I feel like anybody else on the team would have tried to like hide it.
No, because like AJ says, he's like this autistic guy, and it's out there or whatever. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
I think he's pretty clearly like a savant like character.
Which the other thing I found interesting is right after he says that, he says, "Of course we said no," and the public
it's like, what do you mean?
What do you mean no? Because I think in his head he thought they would be like, "Oh yeah, of course you said no." Yeah. Which that was interesting to see.
Yeah, and I don't think that there was a thing either where the public turned back too quick. Well, kind of how some people said in Superman, the public flipped back to his side a little too quick. I felt like in this one there was like a good explanation as to why the public began siding with them again, and it's because they were like, "We're not gonna kill our child, but we're gonna do everything we can to protect you,
like we always have."
Yeah,
you know,
she was badass. She was just badass.
She was. Cool.
You know what? Those people out there want hate us. I'm going down there and I'm going to explain this shit to them.
Yeah, with her baby in hand.
Yeah,
that's another one of those scenes where I was just thinking, fucking anybody past like 5 rows down is not going to hear you. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's also on TV though.
Yeah.
But in the crowd, yes.
You brought up the Latveria thing, so let's get into a little bit here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know more about this.
828.
Yes.
Right?
Is it 838 actually?
No, 838 is the universe of the Illuminati.
I was fucking confused on that, by the way. Like, that was just a bit confusing. Because I was just, like, during the whole movie, I was just like, wait, is it the same universe?
No.
No. So
Like, I know it's not now.
838 is the universe of the Illuminati in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Like I know that now.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, the entire movie, it's just weird to put it so
Well, I mean,
close.
they did 828 because it's Jack Kirby's
I
birthday.
know.
So we kind of figure, well, the way I figure it, the Fantastic Four are the only superhumans on the planet. There are no other superheroes, right? No mention of any other.
Well, no
coming to help
heroes.
or-
Well, yeah, no
least.
heroes, but there's other seemingly powered elements within the universe.
within the universe, but I mean, there's no
Like their world, at
there's
least.
no Spider-Man.
Yeah.
flying around. There's no mention of anybody.
No.
So we have an empty seat with Latveria.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming everyone knows who the king of Latveria
Yeah.
is. And at the end, the post-credit scene, he's here.
Yes.
Now, do they know that he's a force to be reckoned with? Or
I mean,
have
there's
they...
another 4 years in between, like,
Yeah.
double
Yeah.
how long they've been around.
It is
so.
4 years later.
I know, but it's...
And we don't know that is the relationship between Reed and him. Because
Yeah.
there is in the
I would
comics,
assume,
right?
well,
Yeah. They're like college buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just fucking blamed him for his trip to hell going wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it leaves me confused because with the post-credit scene, we see a Dr. Doom playing with Franklin.
Jonathan.
Or Jonathan.
Jonathan, yeah.
It's actually Thor's hammer's name.
Pneumonia, baby.
But is that the 828 Doom? Is it a Doom from another
That we don't know.
that we don't know? Who the fuck was on that ship at the end? Bolts?
yeah.
That was,
You know.
And
Well, your theory-
Why
yeah.
would they be here?
And what time frame are they going back to?
I saw somebody. Just,
What world was...
I didn't even like read why this was a theory or anything, but like I saw somebody bring up. Do you think there's gonna be multiple Dooms, like different actors and everything, or do you think it's just gonna be RTJ?
I would almost be happier with multiple actors.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I wouldn't be shocked.
hope.
It's something that has been rumored.
Because like imagine they just get like all the like older, I guess, fan cast
Yeah.
who
we
I
can't
guess
have
wouldn't be
all
able
of
to
them.
do it.
It's also unfortunate that
we
one of
can't
our
have
Doctor
one of 'em.
Dooms just passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Who was a good Doom, too.
Yeah.
He was a good Doom.
So what Earth was Thunderbolts?
616.
So I
technically.
figured it was 616. But we see the spaceship in the end of that. The only spaceship we know like that is from...
Yeah. If I had
838.
to guess,
28.
my two theories would be what you said, where it's Doom has escaped with Franklin
2.
to 616,
616.
or Doom has done something and taken Franklin somewhere. And the Fantastic Four, given that they're so advanced and they have these, they can see stuff from space or whatever, anomalies
Signatures
or whatever
and such,
signatures,
yeah.
they find another universe with heroes and they try to recruit them to stop something that's coming or
that's-
stop
that's-
what's coming.
That's a pretty
That's a good theory.
interesting.
I also wouldn't be shocked if maybe they start to figure out about incursions, because Reed is the smartest guy in the universe.
I could see
Or
that
maybe
happening.
Doom is to reveal something. It's all very up in the air because we won't know for a fucking year.
Yeah.
You know?
I think over that.
Yeah.
It's like fucking December now, right? So
Although I would like to see Doctor Strange meet Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another version of you
I have
tried
a
to kill me.
feeling that we're going to get another Doctor Strange movie, and Doctor Strange is going to meet Doom.
I hope so. Two wizards fighting.
Leah is Dormammu's daughter, right?
Something like that, I think.
Something
yeah.
like
Like
that.
I
yeah.
wonder if that's just gonna be another thing where like a fucking Doctor Strange post credits barely addressed
Yeah.
in the sequel.
I just hope they stop doing it.
Yeah.
I love the movie Fantastic Four. They didn't drop any hints. They didn't give us
They're
No.
keeping it close to the chest.
really
still.
anything.
We got more of a
going
hint from
forward.
You can kind of
Thunderbolts,
see
you
where
know?
it's going, I think. Like, Doom needs Franklin.
I know, but when you're
Yeah.
presenting us with
Yeah.
Doomsday's coming, which is technically the next big
Yeah.
event,
Yeah.
and not giving us anything except 20 seconds of Doom
Mm-hmm.
with Franklin in a movie
But
about a family
not,
that we just...
Not just Franklin with Doom, an obviously fearless Franklin with Doom.
Oh, he was...
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Franklin already knows I'm more powerful than you.
You want to hear a theory that I saw that I don't know if I believe? Because, like, he's, like, touching up at him. I saw someone say that, do you think he's healing Doom's face to look like
thought so,
RDJ?
too.
To look like RDJ?
Yeah,
Ooh.
but it's quite possible.
Yeah.
It's
be
quite
weird.
possible.
I
But you
hope we
got to
don't see his
understand
face.
Doom too. Doom has beaten most of the most powerful people in the MCU by absorbing their energy. He absorbed Galactus.
Well, maybe that's what he's trying to do.
And maybe that's what he wants to do with
Franklin.
There is still, I think, something that's going to be connected to like the whole, like what, because Doom is a character where he also could be doing something for the greater good. It's just the way he goes about it. So I think that there's going to be a connection to like Loki, where it's like he's trying to save the timeline in some way, maybe, but he's going to do it by killing all these other worlds, or something.
It's just confusing me because Doomsday is going to be an extremely large cast, right? Why do we need all these heroes
bigger
to fight?
than Infinity War. Bigger than Infinity War Endgame.
But why do we need all these people? Who are they fighting?
My understanding of it currently, and like what I think will happen, is that Doomsday is going to be pretty focused on like incursions, and we're going to have a battle between the X-Men universe and the 616 universe, because their worlds are going to start colliding. And they're basically fighting for like survival of their world.
So what do you think's happening with 828 then? Because I mean that's just separate.
Yeah.
I assume it's gonna be 838 is the one that we saw on the end of the Marvels. I'm assuming that.
What do you mean 838?
838 is the one with the Illuminati, right?
So you think that 838 is gonna be the Marvels world?
Yeah.
Or I mean that X-Men.
Are we
world?
just gonna have fucking 4 universes going at it then? Because I feel like they gotta bring back the Illuminati world at some point.
That's a good point. But the Illuminati's all dead though, and they have a Professor X in the X-Men world. Yeah.
Could be some weird timeline shit. I don't know.
Look, it's all very confusing.
Aside from theorizing,
one more thing I do want to say though, sorry, is Infinity War does start with a bunch of kind of exposition about like before we even get to the Thanos stuff. It's all on Earth, and we're kind of like, oh, this is all happening. We got to go deal with this. Like, what is Thanos? Who is Thanos? And then we get into that whole thing, which I guess they might have to do. I mean, they're gonna have to.
And again, getting into the whole thing, good or bad. I mean, Thanos thought he was doing the right thing for what his thought was. Everybody around him thought it was the bad thing, but for him, I'm culling. We gotta slim things up here.
I'm also curious to see how they approach the whole Kang thing.
Who?
Just remember, according to the comic books, of all the Earth and alternate Earth, the only Earth that lives in peace is the one that Doom controls.
Yeah.
The one that Doom is the king of.
Well, even like in Secret Wars, like he rules over like Battleworld, and they are kind of like not. I mean, there's like people kind of enslaved to his power, but everyone's kind of okay.
Yeah.
Back to post credits. I hope they aren't going to give Franklin Valeria's plot lines. They already made him a smart kid because he liked the Isaac Newton books, and being held by Doom is like, I guess, Doom grooming him. That's not a good word to use anymore, but like, it's just Valeria is named after Doom's first love, who he killed. So I don't know. I just hope that we get Valeria too at some point.
Same.
Yeah.
I also said, how did he just pop in there?
It's Doom.
He's Dr. Doom.
It's absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's a big stretch for people who there was never a mention of up until that
until this movie, to be honest. I'd say like you get the flashes of Latveria in this, like at the council stuff, like their seat at the table. They definitely made a point to show that twice, or 3 times. I don't know how it would work. It's gonna be, I guess, because he's from another universe. Like I'm just saying, it's gonna be weird if it's like it's RDJ, but he's from 828 universe with the Fantastic Four.
Whatever it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four as a separate movie. Don't expect it to lead you into anything.
Yeah, I kind of love that it was actually in a different universe. I think it'll really help the story of this movie appeal to everybody.
With like the whole thing, we're like, oh, fucking Earth in the 616 universe. The fucking Earth destroying events never gonna happen. They have more movies to make until maybe Secret Wars reboot or whatever. But still,
do you think they're gonna reboot? I feel like Kevin Feige alluded to it in a recent interview. He said
I heard it twice.
He thinks like they're kind of planning on recasting some big characters at some point. So
I hope not. I mean, I mean, who knows? Honestly,
I don't think a reboot after everything would be the worst thing. Get some more Iron Man stories.
I don't know. I feel like you can always just like fucking just bring them back still another way.
How long though can RDJ just be Iron Man?
Not that. Just recast. Bring them back, fucking clones or whatever.
Wait, I mean, after Secret Wars in the comics, the universe reboots.
No, it doesn't. the same continuity.
It comes back into a new world, though.
It's the same world. It's just that some of the people from the Ultimate Universe are now in.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
No. It's like the same universe. It's just that fucking now Miles lives there. It's not like he lived there all his life. He
I know,
just came from the other universe.
But it's like everything's changed, basically.
No.
It's
the same universe. It's like
that there's new
it's
people.
like you
They
go
do
on
do this all
vacation
the
and then
time,
you
yes.
come back with like a fucking dog or something.
But they do this sometimes at 3 a.m.
Oh, boy.
You know, and just as loud.
Like I'd
So-
say there's a very big difference in like how DC handles reboots and how Marvel handles reboots.
That's
Because
a good
like
point. DC is fucking.
DC's just every 30 years we got to do a new universe.
Yeah, Marvel does the what is it? The scaling timeline.
Yeah, I forget that. There's like a name for it. My favorite scene is the escape from Galactus and Silver Surfer scene. It's not even a scene. It's a whole fucking like 15-minute sequence.
Yeah.
Looking in the spacecraft, giving birth the whole bit.
Yeah.
That was just a roller coaster of just great cinematography, great acting all around. They just did a really good job. In
Yeah.
it.
Adrian
Not my
looked over at
fav-
me at one point. He
Yeah.
was just like,
Not my favorite scene, but a fantastic scene in the movie. If
Yeah.
I'm honest, really.
I'd say that's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go the sequence between Reed and Sue, kind of
Mhm.
just discussing
Yep.
everything with Franklin and Reed's stuff. And I even like the callback to it where he's like, there's something fucking wrong with me.
Yeah,
Talking to Franklin.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then I'd say the intro. Like that during that whole intro sequence, I was just so giddy. I was like, I'm watching kind of just The Incredibles right now. This is really fun. At one point, I leaned over to Uncle Nick and I was like, they're fucking nailing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with all of those, but my favorite scene is when they were like before they got on the ship 4 years ago, and they had all that stuff of them
That was
in
cool.
the labs and stuff. They did that so well. You really felt like it was like that old footage of spacemen going to space back in the day. Then when they walk up in that last audio with that little, it was like that old broken up audio slide. I was like, wow, they nailed this whole sequence of, and they brought it back a few times. But with that one main one, it was like, wow, they really got this. That was my favorite scene in the whole movie.
I said in the beginning, I got comfortable
Mm-hmm.
real quick
Yeah.
with the characters, seeing them for the first time playing
Yeah.
these characters. I just got comfortable right away, the way they were speaking with each other, like you said. My favorite scene is actually Ben on Yancey Street.
I knew you were going to say that.
Only because that's,
Yeah.
I mean,
you
that's
know,
your guy.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
my
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
and that's where he should be. And
I loved it all for except for the point where, to me, it just looked like a set. They did a good job.
Yeah.
It just looked too clean to me. Like, not if it was in a real on Real Street in Brooklyn, I think they would have had me with that scene. Yeah, but it was a
it's a
set.
retro-futuristic world. They got
I know,
fucking
I know.
cleaner
Yeah.
bots, I'm sure.
Yes.
I think my
was
favorite
cool.
scene has to be the introduction to Galactus when we first get to meet him. He was just menacing. I was
Yeah.
like, that is sick. And then I'd have to say the intro to the movie was really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the nice thing with that scene with Galactus is that we also felt what they were acting to feel. Like, they had no idea what the hell they were going to see. It was like a holy crap moment. I mean, we know what he looks like from the comics and this and that, but to see that they really nailed this.
Yeah, the look of him.
Yeah.
I feel like also we didn't mention Silver Surfer too much, but I do want to say I thought she was pretty great in this.
Shallow
She was
Bow.
awesome.
We had spoken about, oh my God, picking a woman to do this, nailed it.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
just-
it was,
Even
You
her
know,
just
voice,
good, yeah.
the way she talked
Yes.
was, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was
And
like-
I
it was
actually
entrancing.
really love like the flashback sequence to her
Yeah.
world.
Yep.
When she was normal.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Even that whole scene with Johnny doing that, playing that voice
audio,
Oh,
yeah.
over every screen and her just wondering, how do you know?
Where did that audio come from?
The records.
Those records.
Because like they
over
got
and over again.
he was recording the planets that were in distress and then eventually dying.
Yeah.
So he was actually able to record these voices or sounds.
How was he
coming
recording
from-
them though?
Reed said they just like had something monitoring like space transmissions kind of.
This kept coming about.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was wondering where they got them. I guess my least favorite scene. I don't even have a scene, but it's just I guess the concept of teleporting Earth. Like I get it on like a plot scale. It's like a problem to solve type thing, but I just think it's funny because of the moon.
Yeah. I don't have a least favorite.
Neither do I.
The actress playing Shalabal did an interview that I happened to see today, and she said her first scene on the set was that scene, the big fight scene, where she's up there, not the one where she says, I'm the herald.
Yeah.
But she said, can you imagine, my first day on the set, no pressure, right? They have her up on a crane. She has something in her ear so that she can actually hear the invisible girl when she finishes talking. She goes, and I'm up here and I'm looking down at everybody. And I wanted to get, like the way you said, the way she speaks, I wanted to get the way I speak right. Because I know this is going to determine the temperature of my character in the movie. So she was very conscious of how she spoke. And it
nailed it.
I thought it was nailed.
It was great.
Yeah. Any least favorite scenes from you guys?
Least favorite scenes. I don't know if I thought of it. This was a movie of just great scene after great scene. There's probably a couple of silly things here and there that I said I don't like that, but I don't know if I could say there was a least favorite scene.
I don't have a least favorite scene, but like I said, if I had to nitpick at something, it's a couple of the editing moments.
Yeah, you said at the start, like, I noticed it once you said it, but just, like, it was very choppy back and forth, not creative at all.
Yeah, just kind of unfortunate, maybe cutting of...
Specifically, like, when they were talking.
Yeah.
Reed and Sue.
It was another one of those things where it's like they kind of jump cut to, like, a character being in the same place, but it's clearly a different take. But it was, like, Reed talking and just, like, finishing his sentence off on a different take. But that, I don't know. That's just my film editor brain, I guess.
I'll give the movie an 8 out of 10. I just wish there were more, like, character arcs. Like, I like the relationship arcs, but I just wish there was more character arcs.
I'm going to give Fantastic Four First Steps a strong 9.5 to a 10 out of 10.
I'm shooting for a 9.5. I really enjoyed it.
I'm going to throw a 10 out there myself. And some of the things you say with character arcs, I get it. But I think that maybe that was a director's choice, and the arcs were already supposed to be there. And the point of it was the relationships between them.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 10.
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, 10. Same here.
I'm surprised I liked it better than Superman.
You did, they did My First Family justice. They really did.
And all around, writing, directing, cinematography, the whole thing, it just worked well in this movie.
Yeah. I mentioned this to you guys, but this is my favorite MCU movie now. It was Guardians 3, since that had come out. I think before that it was probably like Winter Soldier, maybe. I just don't know what MCU movie I could say is better than this.
Well, let's hope that they do it again with some of the next ones.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, nice job,
Hey,
Marvel.
Kevin Feige.
Hey, he's got to feel good about it.
Yeah.
What did you think of the quote at the end?
The Kirby quote.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great touch. Yeah. I mean, this is Fantastic Four is Kirby's baby.
So the second post-credit scene, the cartoon that everyone was like, oh, fuck, we waited for this. Do you think that they're going to come out with a cartoon now?
No.
No, I don't think so.
I think they did announce like a Spider-Man 97 show. So
Yeah.
Maybe, actually.
Right.
I don't think so.
Get into that thing that we were saying, like picking recasts for some characters?
Yeah, I'm just going to say, like, who would you pick for RDJ?
Well, not RDJ.
I mean, not RDJ. I mean, for
I feel
Iron
like
Man.
I don't want somebody known that was the thing.
Just the gift of gab and gibberish and just rattling off and such like that, which is funny because you're thinking, your scientific mind is thinking on one side, but you're talking with somebody else and then having a drink at the same time. Who can pull that off?
There's an actor, Dominic Thorne, that should play Iron Man.
Dominic Thorne.
It's the actor for Ironheart.
Oh, Dominique Thorne.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, fucking dummy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this movie a lot, so let's just hope that this is what we're gonna have. 2 for 2 though on these blockbuster
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a good
superhero
summer.
movies.
Good streak.
Yeah,
Super
so far.
summer.
So,
We did good.
yeah.
And now we won't for a year until Spider-Man.
Spin in the wheel.
You're not gonna be
All right,
able to
Old
watch. You're
Boy.
gonna
We
be
got
on
Old
vacation.
Boy.
Okay, that's
Yeah, oh shit.
Okay, so we're watching Old Boy. Make sure you watch the Korean one,
yeah.
not the Josh Brolin one.
What is that?
Old Boy.
Yeah, Uncle Mark just pointed out a good thing. I'm not going to be here
Oh.
for it.
You're
Yeah.
not, but I will.
Okay.
You'll still
Yeah.
be on the
We'll
cruise.
catch up.
We are
that
sending
next
James
Sunday,
to
Yes.
space.
You're like 10 days
Yes.
out.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
10
I
days.
wish my
Yes.
son a happy.
Yes, please. Happy,
Enjoyable
safe trip.
vacation.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're
You're
going
cutting
to
this from the
Korea.
podcast. We are sending James to space to see if he can get the power cosmic.
Yes.
He will not be here next episode.
Adios.
And next
And
time when he comes back, he'll be glowing.
If you're gonna, I want to be flamed.
One of you is gonna be
Fuck
fully
you,
blue.
ugly. You stink. Get flamed.
He can be rock.
I'll be bricked. Yeah.
Well,
Whoa.
Oh,
that that being bricked means you have a boner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't
So
know
you can
this
have a
shit.
huge
Hey,
schlong.
we're over 60 now. Being bricked ain't a bad thing.
I can care less.
Doesn't bricked up also mean that like you have a gun or like you have to shit? One of those?
No, it's just boner.
I'm bricked.
I'm bricked.
Fine.
I love it.
I love Sue
Bricked
Storm.
up.
Oh boy. That was our review of Fantastic Four First Steps. Next time on Cape Critiquers, we will be watching Old Boy from 2003, not the shitty Spike Lee version.
If it's not in Korean, you're watching the wrong version.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.